Shawn Austin, hello, buddy.
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I can't complain. It's a little bit more tired these days, but a 6-week-old will do that to you. So
Yes. Yeah, man. Like, not even 2 months into fatherhood. How's that going so far?
it's been good. I mean, the week one feels like you get hit by a truck,
Yes.
in the best way. And yeah, it was the sleep deprivation is something, but it's certainly gotten better. He's happy, he's healthy, mom's happy, mom's healthy. So I can't ask for more. And it's been fun even to see the changes in 6 weeks.
So, needless to say, then, the life of a new father is busier than the life of a country singer?
Yeah, when you stack them side by side, the fatherhood side is certainly a little more nonstop.
Yeah, no kidding. You're hitting the road. You're going on Tyler Joe Miller's country mixtape tour. You're hitting the road with him and Andrew Hyatt, kicking things off in Edmonton at the end of the week. How are we feeling before the tour?
It's been good. It's we're right in the middle of rehearsals as we speak. We're building the show, and it's coming together really nicely. It's looking like everything's when we were initially brought with this idea, we're trying to think how are we going to put all of us, you know, headlining a show together.
Yeah.
So in this case, it's worked out easier than I thought it would. And for the fans, effectively, quote unquote, this is just the hits. We're getting an opportunity for the three of us being so sonically different, all country, obviously, but so different country artists that now it's just nice to see it all be cohesive and yeah, it's great. I think the fan is really going to enjoy this one.
Well, and I mean, coming from somebody who's been around the block before, you've toured, you've played tons of shows. How does like the co-headlining thing compare to, headliner openers?
It's a little different, I mean, it's having your name on the bill is the as one of the main draws certainly changes it. The onus is a little heavier. It's a hard ticket for us. We call them hard ticket sales. So it's like, this is a real fan coming to want to see us, right? And the job's a little different. Instead of warming up a crowd, you are giving the show. So it's been nice to build a show that way and think about it in those terms. And just having that, step up to the next level has been great. And having the support that we've already had, seeing the ticket sales, seeing people excited about it has been really uplifting. And it's nice to know we're doing something right.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, we always get good reception from our listeners on all three of your guys' music. So, I mean, things are kicking off in Alberta. You guys are ending it off in Saskatchewan. Regina is happening on the 19th. I think you're going to have more than a few people, even from Saskatoon, making the roadie down. It'll be a good one, man.
I think so. I mean, there's going to be obviously the stuff that people would likely expect from us, but we're doing a few other things too. Being a mixtape tour, we can pull from different genres in our careers, and I think this one will. There's some surprises. There's some different elements of the show that we're going to be bringing to just add some extra fire, and yeah, I think people will leave going like, okay, these guys do something a little different.
It's probably a little bit tougher to, think about heading out on the road, even though that's like objectively one of the most exciting things you could do. I would imagine maybe a little bit of like apprehension about it, considering you got the new baby in the house.
It's certainly going to be harder to leave.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, being on the road is where I love to be. Being on stage, being behind a mic is my favorite place. And, this is the career. This is part of how it goes. And I'm lucky enough to have that chance to do it. So, down the road when he's a little bit older, my hope is to get him on the road as well and just expose
Yeah.
him and get him to experience how great this family is, this country music family. And it'll happen sooner than later.
Well, and then stepping out of the house for a couple weeks just makes coming back home that much sweeter, doesn't it?
Definitely. I'm going to have a lot more duties because, obviously my wife's taking the brunt of it for the next month and a bit, but certainly I will happily take it when the time comes.
Yes. Well, congratulations on being a new father and Congratulations on the release. You got a brand new EP out. Words is
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
The title track we have on our segment right now called "Ride It or Bucket." That's we show this tune to our listeners. They vote whether they're like, "Oh, we like that," or "We don't like that." Voting
Yep.
is already looking pretty good for this one. I think it's a shoe-in. Some pretty sweet names on this project as writers. You were working with Hillary Lindsay. You were working with Hardy. How was it working on the Words EP?
So, it's when you I've been really lucky ever since my old label and Big Loud kind of came together to create Local Hay. It's opened a lot of doors musically and creatively. And this is, it's a privilege when you get songs pitched from these mega writers. Hardy, obviously, I'm a huge fan of. Who
Oh
isn't?
yeah, yeah.
Hillary Lindsay too. Like, and yeah, having them kind of trust you with the track is a really special thing. And I think there's a few things, it's interesting because I mean, all the writing that I do, I haven't recorded one of my own songs for a while, but thankfully some other, songs that I've written have worked for other artists. But it's when you hear these tracks coming from these mega writers, you're like, damn, I wish I wrote that. But it also helps you build your own writing muscle.
Yeah.
And in this case, these songs are so great, and words in particular hit such a deep chord with me right out of the gates that this is the first time that a song has come truly to fruition to what I heard in my head, and I'm glad it took me longer than I wanted it to get it finally on a project, but it worked out. And yeah, I'm excited that people are hearing it now and it's out of the bag.
Do you have any personal favorites or ones that you're most proud of on this EP?
This whole one, I know it's cliche to say, but truthfully, genuinely, this is the. I think I'm most proud of this body of work that I've done than anything else.
Yeah.
There's elements to this music now that I think this is where things start to click, and I'm starting to kind of pave my own little lane and a sound that, there's the classic Shawn Austin sound in some of these songs, but there's more to it now. There's more diversity, but still, it's been nice to be able to explore some new places with my voice, and some songs are a little bit outside of the box as well. So it's, yeah, it's a sign of where we're going. And by releasing this earlier in the year, our hope is to get a whole lot more out before the end of the year as well.
Absolutely. Well, and I mean, it's always a good sign for your music career when the thing you're most proud of is the thing you most recently put out. And that I think that just kind of cements the fact that, you've been on a train towards a certain destination since the beginning of your career, and this is just one step way closer to that.
Yeah, and it's been fun to kind of look back and see and listen to my old stuff and how that's changed and developed over the years. And I feel like it's more than ever. I have a more concise direction now, and we're with the team that I've got now. It's just going to be easier and easier to kind of stay in that direction, and I just hope that the fans dig it as much as I do.
Well, good luck with this EP being out now, and best of luck on this tour. Again, kicking off at Edmonton at the end of the week. Cannot wait to have you guys in Saskatchewan on the 19th.
Absolutely.
Kicking off this tour, you made a video about pre-show rituals with Tyler, Joe, and Andrew. We went over the spam thing. What about you? Do you have a certain pre-show ritual that you adhere to?
The spam thing was bizarre. I wasn't kidding. Like I've heard that from so many different locations now where they've had to run out and find spam for Andrew. It's a very unique one. I have nothing that competes with that. Mine's pretty basic. It's just a cheers with the guys before we jump on stage, and yeah, I think this one's going to be a special one, though, because, I mean, Hyatt and I go back to Dallas Smith's Side Effects tour in 2017. Was our first tour together. TJ and I have known each other for years because he grew up in just outside of my hometown, and we were in the same circles musically. So now to put the three of us on the road is a horrendously dangerous call. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time.
Awesome. Well, break a leg on tour, not literally, obviously, but it's going to be a fantastic time for you guys and for the people going to these shows. Regina on the 19th. It's going to be well worth the roadie down from Saskatoon. And best of luck as you step further into fatherhood. Buddy, thank you so much for this.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time. And I hope to see you guys in studio soon.
Yeah, there's a spot for you. And again, Words is the title track of the EP, and we're currently taking votes on Ride It or Bucket. So head to our website, bottom of the page, and get those votes in. Shawn Austin, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, man.